Now, the most common disease that you're ever going to get within your fish is a disease called white spot. If you do get any diseases within your fish, you want to medicate the fish, and you definitely want to take out your polyfilter, because your polyfilter is going to remove the medications. Now, if you're going to get a disease, the main one tends to be white spot. So if the fish are stressed, they stop producing antibodies and they stop producing their body slime. Therefore, they're susceptible to various pathogens. The pathogens tend to always be in the environment, but because the fish have good immune systems, they're of no consequence. If you do get a disease in your aquarium, ultimately a quarantine tank is the best thing to do, but treating the tank is what most people would do. So there's various anti-white spot medications on the market that tend to be very, very effective. And it's really great to have some white spot medication on hand, because you'll find that you don't tend to get white spot until you're about to go away on holidays, or until there's none available at the shop, or there's some other very inconvenient reason why you can't get white spot medication. So Murphy's Law is a bitch, so it's a very good idea just to have a bit of white spot medication on hand, because somehow, if you have white spot medication on hand, for some reason, I often find that you just don't need it. If you don't have it on hand, that's when you tend to need it. So the diseases that you tend to get in an aquarium are, number one, white spot. White spot will often be little white spots on the fish, but also you'll see the fish sometimes just swimming without moving, and you also see them sometimes flicking and scratching. And if you see that behavior, you treat them for white spot. If you treat them quickly, it's usually very effective. The next thing you can get is a bacterial infection, and that's usually from fighting or bumping into something. A bacterial infection will look like a white blemish on the fish, and there's very good antibacterial medications on the market that you can use. The other disease you can get is a fungal infection, and that's where it looks a bit furry. Once again, there's some very good fungal infections on the market. The bacterial and fungal tend to be more of a secondary infection, whereas your parasite is your primary infection. So having some white spot medication on hand at all time is something I really recommend.